Hey guys, runnerman15 here, and today we are going to be unboxing the DualSense Edge. This is PlayStation's response to the Microsoft Xbox Pro Controller. So this is kind of like PlayStation's their version of the Pro Controller. It has a lot of cool features, really cool feature. The main reason I'm buying this is the joysticks are replaceable. They are 20 per joystick, but replacing the joysticks when you get stick drift instead of buying a new PS5 remote is going to be cheaper. So it'd be like 40 bucks to replace the joysticks, and a new normal PS5 remote is like 70 bucks. So yeah, I bought this from GameStop. I bought it from GameStop because I have rewards points. I was able to knock the price down to $206 after tax. It was going to be like $220. And then I was able to knock off a bunch of money. So this is the back of the box. The side, it shows the contents right there. Front of the box, this side of the box, bottom of the box, top of the box. Oh, I just folded that. I just did that right now. But this is new, so we're going to be unboxing this thing, and we will be doing a little review just to see if I like the controller or not, and if you guys should buy it too. So when looking at other companies that make pro controllers, this controller is definitely on somewhat of a cheaper side. Usually I see the PS5 Pro controllers go for like 300 bucks. So this is only 200, and it's not bad, especially since it's direct from PlayStation. So taking the outside cover off, we get this white box. And this opens kind of like an iPhone box. Opens like so. It is on a hinge. And here it is. I'm assuming this is the carrying case. Oh boy, it's heavy. So we'll get to that in a second. See if there's anything underneath. There's a few things underneath here. That's just one thing. It's just a manual, I guess. So this is the instruction manual. It shows you how to do everything with the controller. And here is the actual remote itself. It's in this nice like cloth-like bag. I kind of like that. I might keep that. But this is the controller case. This is kind of like a semi-hard plastic. Okay, there's the zippers. It's looking very nice. This is the bottom of the case. So it sits just like that, and we're gonna go ahead and check this out. Very nice case. I'm not going to lie, the case is very nice. There is this little Velcro spot right here, which I'll get into in a second. There's also a lanyard, little lanyard spot. You can put a lanyard on or something. Okay, zippers feel decent. I like these little zipper heads or whatever it's called on the actual zipper. Feels all right. So let's go ahead and open this. Oh yeah. So this is the remote. All right, so in the top of the case here, we have a little indent. Whew, smells like plastic. And the very top, we have a little spot for the charging cord that comes with the remote. I'm pretty sure this is a 6-foot charging cord. This is the normal PS5 charging cable. This is the USB-C cable that comes with the PS5, and it comes with the OEM, the original controller. And this has the a similar design, but it is longer and it is braided, which is pretty nice. So I definitely like that. So yeah, so that's cool. You get a little net up here, and you can store like your cord or something. So that's pretty cool. Coming down to the actual controller, we have some cellophane on the actual controller, and lifting it out, you can see there's an indent. And here is the actual controller itself. Oh boy. This thing is nice. It feels a teeny bit heavier than a normal controller. There is a really cool texture on the touchpad. It's just the X, square, triangle, circle, share button, star button. You get buttons right here. I didn't know that. That's cool. So you get buttons right here. The buttons feel normal. They feel exactly like a normal PS5 remote. There's the USB-C charging up there, the USB-C charging port. There are the spots in the back for the back buttons, and there is a little release slot here. I think this is for releasing the cover. I could be wrong. It's hard to push it with just my finger, so we'll have to check that out in a minute. But yeah, and I'm pretty sure, yes, the tips do come off for the joysticks, so we can put different ones on there. Let's go ahead and put the controller down and look at the rest of what we get in the box here. So we get this little lock. Now this lock is used for if you're charging the controller. Let's say you're charging the controller and you don't want your USB-C cord to fall out of the controller. So let's say you're playing, you have it connected, right? It's connected in there. Oh no, oh, I accidentally dropped my remote, or I accidentally walked too far away from my wherever it was plugged in. It's unplugged now. Well, you can put the USB-C cord through it. You just slot it in there like so. It slots in like that. Actually flip it around here. Boom, and then it locks just like that. And now it will lock to the actual remote. You can see there's two little locking tabs right here. It goes like this. Yeah, it goes like that, and I can lock it. And now, oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. If I pry too much harder, it might actually break off. You can see that's not going anywhere. If I want to unlock it, I just pull that back. The locking mechanism feels a little cheap, especially when I go to unlock it. But that's just a locking mechanism. I probably won't even be using this. I don't really need to use that. Take a look at some of the back buttons now. So you get these two little wedges. So they look pretty cool. We can put them in here like that, and they just slide in magnetically. So now when I'm playing, I have two extra back buttons, which actually feel kind of nice. I think I like the paddles more though. We're gonna try out the paddles right now. And to take them out, you just you lift up on them like that and you just pull them out. Jeez, I cannot figure out how to put these back. There we go. Okay, it's a little finicky, I'm not gonna lie, to get these back into the case. So be warned with that. Let's try out the paddles. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of these paddles. They're really long. You can see they go down to here. So you're going to be, if you're playing normal like this, you'll probably be using your middle finger, or you can use your ring finger. So they're pretty far down. I wish they would be like a little closer to the top, but they have the trigger stops right here, so I understand why they can't do that. Here are the last items that are in the box. There's these little joysticks. The little joystick toppers, you only get one set of each, so you can see they have different lengths on them, and they take after the PS3 style controller, which in my opinion, I'd rather have normal joysticks, like the normal PS5 joysticks, but it's okay. Guess I can't nitpick that much. So we have one longer one and then one normal one. So if I swap out these little joystick tips, you can see the length isn't greatly increased, but it's definitely enough to make a difference. Oh, I just noticed there's also a texture on these triggers, the same texture that's on the touchpad, but it's actually, you can actually feel it. It gives it some nice grip. Feels pretty nice actually. I like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to be using the extended joysticks just purely because that's what I prefer. All right, another cool feature with the case is that this little spot opens up in here to reveal charging pass-through. So if you wanted to store your controller in the case and charge it, so zip it up with this little pass-through, I can plug my remote in, lock it, so it's locked in the remote now, and charge it while it's still in the case, which is pretty convenient. I don't know if I'll ever even use the case because I don't plan on traveling with this remote, but it is a very nice feature. I like that they added that. Always, you can't hate on more features. It's better than having less features. I want to check out these trigger stops. Oh, wow. Interesting. That's how they work. Okay. So these little trigger stops, I wanted trigger stops. I've wanted trigger stops for a while, but I don't like the I don't like mouse click triggers because they don't feel as good because you have to actually push a button to activate it. With these, it's literally just the actuation of the trigger is what activates it. So you can set different trigger stop positions. So this is normal. You see they go all the way down like normal. If I set this to middle, it only goes halfway. You can see the difference between the two. And then if I set it to the middle one, that's as far as it goes right there. Feels pretty strong. Like, I don't think you're going to be messing up the trigger stops. It allows for faster trigger actuation. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I bought this remote, is I wanted these. Because I play games like COD, I play games like Rainbow. It is good to have shorter actuation time on the trigger. So that's my shoot button. I think I'm going to keep it like that. And then the aim button, or the aim trigger, I'm going to just keep it normal. And obviously you can change these whenever you want. So if you go to play a different game, you can just switch it back and you're good. It's all right. So doing that, you can pull this top cover off, just a little piece of plastic, and you get access to your joysticks. So if you want to replace these joysticks, all you have to do is lift up on this little metal tab right here, and the joystick comes out just like that. You see it plugs in like so into the actual controller. So PlayStation sells these individual modules for $20. So for each joystick, it is $20, which is pretty expensive considering these cost probably a few cents each to make. But I'm glad they're giving us an option to replace the joysticks on this controller, as makes it cheaper. You don't have to buy a new controller. So instead of charging $200 for a Pro controller that's just going to get stick drift and become unusable after a few months, you can now replace your joysticks for as long as the controller will survive, making your controller last way longer. So, and it's super easy too. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. Literally just clicks in. So yeah, other than that, there's not really much else to say about this controller. I feel like it has, I guess it has around the same texture. It would have been nice if they gave it a little bit more of a texture. Like I have the Xbox Series controller right here. It has way more of a texture. This feels like kind of like what's on the triggers. Makes the controller a lot more comfortable to hold. It gives it more grip. And this is just the stock remote. While as this has a lot more finer, it's a lot smoother and just doesn't feel as grippy. But I'm sure it won't be that much of an issue. They just slot in like magnets. Would have been nice to see what Xbox did with their remote, is they made these magnetic so you could swap these off somewhat easily. With these, you actually have to pull them off and then press them back in, causing more wear on the joystick each time you swap the stick. But yeah, so I'm gonna try these out. I'm gonna try these out with the back buttons, the trigger stops, We're gonna test the battery life, see how long this thing will last, and yeah. So yeah, that is the remote. I'm gonna go ahead and test this bad boy out. Alright, so I've spent the past like 3 or so days using this controller on my PlayStation. Been playing some Call of Duty, some Rainbow, some Apex, and some other single player games as well, just to get like the full experience of this controller. And I gotta say, it is a very nice controller. It feels nice. Something I forgot to mention, where this part of the grip is rubberized. It's just very slightly rubberized, but it feels nice. Any complaints I have about this, other than it being, I think my biggest complaint about this controller is that it's pretty expensive. It's $200, and I'm not sure if it's really worth 200 bucks. I mean, yeah, you get adaptive triggers, or you get the trigger stops, back buttons, replaceable thumbsticks, which I think is a huge benefit that you get, plus profile buttons. I mean, to be honest, it is a good controller, but Xbox sells theirs for $150. It doesn't have all the same features as this remote, but I just feel like 200 bucks might be a little bit more expensive. But if you really are looking for a PlayStation Pro controller, this is pretty much all that you're going to find, unless you go out to a company that, you know, builds custom controllers, but they're going to charge a lot of money. But yeah, I don't really have any complaints about this controller other than the price. I guess I could say these back buttons right here, these back paddles aren't the most comfortable to use. They're kind of hard to use. If you play like this, you have your middle fingers on the paddles back there, it kind of, I don't know, I feel like I don't have the best grip on the controller when I'm using that. I haven't really tried it much with the other paddles, but I didn't really like using those other paddles either way. I didn't like how they felt in my hand, so I've just been using these. Other than that, this controller is pretty good. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys a few of the clips that I got while playing some of the various games I've been playing over the past few days.
Same place. All go through the same place. Where's Ying going? Ash, you are a rusher, not a crawler, bro.
Reloading!
One op 4 remaining.
This is a zombie herd.
You know what you sent me, Taco?
What?
You sent me what?
God damn.
You sent me a screenshot of my stats. My game stats, bro.
Ain't no way.
They've ceased attempting to secure the container.
Nitro set. Nitro set.
Stop the hostiles from securing the
Device.
biohazard container. Prevent further access to the biohazard container. Biohazard container.
Stop the cap. I know I hit it.
One friendly remaining. Protect the biohazard container.
LeBronzo.
What?
You're just better. You're just better.
What is Lion looking at? What is Lion looking at?
I died.
Reloading.
Peek me again. I ain't there. You have to aim a little low. There's another one up there.
No way, this bum Jacob's on the 04 chat. Let's smack him. Actually, like that ass. I'm gonna beat him up. Kill him, bro.
I'm hunting for this frost. Oh my gosh, my voice. This frost knows, bro. She's scared. Why'd you full push me like that?
This is blind. Fuck.
I want to die so I can. Bro, free Uzi? Freezer? I was like planning, or like trying to plan a bomb or whatever. He's like, yeah, sound like baggy.
There's one more! There's one more! Dude, I almost...
gaming world animals was crazy.
Oh my god, he's doing the floss! What? What? Floss emo. Oh my god. Bro has Fortnite emote. Bro is Fortnite grooving. He's dabbing!
Alright, so if you guys enjoyed this review, I'd say final thoughts. I'd have to give this controller a 7 out of 10. Well, maybe like a 6.8 out of 10 just because of the price. But other than that, it is a pretty decent controller. I like it. I like the case that it comes in. It comes in a very nice case. Innovation with this charger lock, and you can charge it through the case, so it makes transporting it very nice. It makes keeping it away from dust and grime pretty easy as well. So I'd say it's a very nice controller. If you have the extra money to spend, for 200 bucks you can get this. Joysticks are only $20. They're still kind of expensive, but it will save you money in the long road if you've been replacing your controllers just because of joystick drift. But yeah, other than that, if you guys want to see more reviews like this, hit that like button. Comment down below any suggestions, anything you want me to review, anything you want me to look at. And yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. I'm runnerman 15. I'll see you guys later.